Assistant Commissioner Calvin Brutus addresses recent police actions and allegations during press interview. Assistant Commissioner Calvin Brutus today spoke to the press to clarify details regarding recent law enforcement actions and social media allegations involving his business activities. Mr. Brutus emphasized his commitment to transparency and compliance with the law. During his statement, Assistant Commissioner Brutus explained that his company, established in accordance with the provisions of Section 31 of the Police Act, Chapter 1601, has always operated within the legal framework. He further clarified that his business has never directly conducted transactions with the police force, with only 2 approved transactions having taken place with other consumers. Recent social media allegations and subsequent law enforcement actions appear to be part of a fishing expedition, Brutus stated, referencing the search conducted at his residence by the Special Weapons and Tactics (SWAT) team. Brutus reported that 2 teams of SWAT officers arrived with a search warrant, but ultimately did not enter his apartment after he requested only the individual named on the warrant accompany him inside. No warrant was produced, and no items were seized. Brutus expressed concern over the heavy-handed use of force during the operation, stating that such deployment of SWAT is disproportionate and unnecessary. "I am not a flight risk, and if I had any intention of leaving the country, there are official and unofficial routes that I could have used," Brutus noted. When asked about his safety, Brutus admitted concerns for his family, citing public statements and social media posts targeting him. He also addressed allegations of inflated prices in his business dealings, rejecting the claims and stating that his prices are comparable to or lower than other suppliers. Brutus reiterated his commitment to defending himself against what he sees as fabricated and manipulated evidence, stating confidently, "We are certain that we will be victorious." In conclusion, Assistant Commissioner Brutus underscored that the full details of the case will be revealed in due course, particularly through a constitutional challenge currently underway. He emphasized that his businesses follow all necessary legal procedures and that the allegations against him lack merit.
Good evening. Good evening. You gonna speak to the press?
Sure.
Okay. Begin wherever you want to begin. The beginning would be good.
The beginning.
Yeah.
Okay. The establishment of the companies, in particular my company, is a concern. I wrote, requested permission to the Commissioner under Section 31 of the Police Act, Chapter 1601. I received written permission to engage in trade or business, and I proceeded thereafter to establish a company incorporated. My company has hardly done any business. Well, it has never done business directly with the police force, but there were 2 transactions approved by the Commissioner to consumer, and that's about for my company. There's the wife company was established before mine, and she has a sole trader and an incorporated, and she's been doing business in keeping with the laws of Guyana, compliances, submission of tax returns and all of that. On social media we saw a lot of allegations being swirling, and this was leveraged to the current situation here, and this whole exercise is one of our fishing expedition, as we saw tonight. The teams of Suku and I think 2 teams of SWAT came to the apartment. I was out. We were working on some stuff, myself and the attorney, so I just left to return home. They were parked on the eastern side of the compound, and as soon as I got in, they pulled up, and they indicated they had a warrant to search, and they wanted the entire team to go inside, but I invited them, but just the person whose name is on the warrant. And it showed clearly that they weren't really too keen or interested because they left. But I'm concerned about the level of force displayed here tonight. There's no indication that I'm a flight risk. If I was a flight risk, then there are many options other than going through the official ports to get out of the country. And we all are aware of these routes that you can use. I intend to vigorously defend these matters because there is clear evidence that what is happening it's a matter of manipulation of evidence, fabrication of evidence, just to make out a case against me. And myself and team, we will defend all the allegations that are made. And we are certain that we will be victorious.
Are you afraid?
Are you concerned?
Are you afraid?
Yes, because of the statements we see made in the press, at press conferences and otherwise, on persons' social media page, I'm concerned indeed for my safety and family. And yes, I'm concerned about it for our safety.
Did the police say if they wanted any electronic devices or anything of your person?
They didn't specify, neither did they show me the warrant.
You didn't ask?
I asked whose name is on the warrant. It is expected that they present the warrant and read the content of the warrant, that wasn't done. No document was produced.
Are you going to continue staying here?
Yes, as long as it is legally possible.
Okay.
Did they take anything?
No, they didn't come into the apartment to search.
Mr. Brutus, are you concerned about the use of the SWAT unit this evening? How is the SWAT deployed? What is the procedure in deploying the SWAT unit?
That is for high-profile cases where the suspect or person of interest is expected to use violence against law enforcement officials, so they're trained to mitigate that violence.
Have you been told by the DPP is
Instructed a charges be laid
Not
against you?
officially. I saw on social media and in the press, yes, that DPP is given the okay, but not official to me.
Did the police this evening say anything about arresting you for charges?
No.
Or just the search warrant?
No, just the search warrant.
Okay. And you didn't ask what the search warrant was for?
No, we didn't get into details.
Do you know the police that came?
Yes, Superintendent Singh.
Singh.
Right, and accompanied by his team. I think his deputy was ASP Rupnarayan. And then it's a team's SWAT help led by Sergeant Shekels.
Back to the deployment of
Okay.
the SWAT, you did not say what are your views on the SWAT being used this evening. Just how
All right, I believe Mr. Brutus would have mentioned all of what is actually of concern to him. The fact that this is a fishing expedition, no warrant was produced, and it's clear. No one entered the home, no one produced that warrant, and they just left. All right, and basically, that's all we want to say for now.
To you, sirs, I want to know, are you going to stay with Mr. Brutus throughout the night? Do you expect them to return?
Like I said, that's all we will say for now. But Mr. Brutus is concerned for the safety of himself and his family.
There's an allegation of inflated prices. What do you make of this claim?
I don't think so, because the prices are comparable to all the other suppliers. Matter of fact, there are suppliers who are much higher than us.
Mr. Brutus, back to the SWAT. I'm trying to get from you your position on the use of the SWAT this evening.
It's disproportionate and uncalled for. One person, the Superintendent Singh alone, could have been able to enter the apartment. I'm not hiding anything there.
And your assets, Mr. Brutus, you're saying that they are justifiable given your businesses?
Yes. We follow all the procedures.
Okay.
And the reason they didn't proceed into the apartment is because you didn't want the entire team?
Yes.
Okay.
What Mr. Bruce, in summation, what do you make of all of this?
Like I said, this is a fishing expedition. There's
Well,
a
why
background
you?
to it.
Why you?
There's a background to it, and it will come out in the Constitution case, definitely. All those details will come out very soon.
Okay.
Thank you, then.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Nice. Okay. So there it is.